All right. Day 6 of my journey. Okay, now today is a little bit different. I was actually journaling a little bit today, and instead of actually just talking about what I'm going to do about my agency today, I thought I would share with you something a bit more personal, um, which actually adds to the journey because, I am the business, and whatever happens in my business, I'm a reflection of it. So, gotta be able to work on myself, not just simply the business, that kind of shit. Um, excuse my language, but basically, what I have, it's based on something I actually wrote down today. My thoughts compartmentalizing together. So basically, I was writing down some thoughts I had, which kind of cleared my head because I don't know, I just had a very clear, um, I usually have like a very foggy kind of, thinking where everything's kind of clogged up, but I don't know, this afternoon, everything started to kind of clear its way for me to be able to really put things together. And basically, what I wrote was it's come to my attention that it's probably best to form some kind of system that gives me the opportunity to funnel myself into this lifestyle where I can be consistent with my craft and build a level of discipline that is not only sustainable, but gives me a clear vision of where I am headed in life or where I want to head in life, right? And I wrote some stuff, really just talking about the positives that I've gone through as well as the negatives, the pitfalls of um, trying something and then falling short of it, and then obviously going through the positive of being able to notice that whenever I make progress, I tend to be just in this zone of just doing it without any thought. Rather, it's just very instinctive. I literally see the moment happen in front of me, kind of thing. And I sense an opportunity, I go towards it, I just take it. And then that is usually always when all the best things that I do in the moment happen. And obviously, there's going to be times where I'm in the moment and then I go for it and I take the opportunity and I miss or make the mistake, which happens, right? But the moments in which I've succeeded on it or done amazing things has been when I've been in those kind of state of minds. So that's what I've noticed. And then what I realize that's causing me or giving me a bottleneck, computer term, what's bottlenecking my daily performance, I guess, or my ability to achieve things is um, I wrote this down. What tends to destroy my cycle of progress or winning at that moment is when I make the mistake and I start getting in the wrong cycle of criticism, doubt, and just all the voices and obviously the anxiety that kind of runs through my mind. It starts to run through my mind because I didn't get it right. And then I end up pulling myself in a different direction, which gets me away from achieving that goal. Or the second reason why I kind of fall out of that progress is because um, I start guessing my way. Oh no, the second way reason I that destroys my progress, or what destroys my progress is I get caught up in trying to solve the problem that I get stuck at by trying to force my way through with literally the same exact thinking. And you know what? Albert Einstein said, you go something with the same mindset, the same thinking, the same attitude, the same everything, and expect a different result. That's called insanity, right? So you don't want that, because that will drive you insane, literally, because you won't be able to solve it. Um, so basically, yeah, I'm trying to force my way through it with the same exact tactics, same exact thinking, no change in approach, or I just kind of guess my way around trying to solve the problem with no sense of direction. So I'm literally just going at it with literally with literally nothing but a second guess and I just end up beating myself up for being stuck against the wall, which keeps me in that flow of negativity again, and that doubt and everything starts to creep in, which kind of eats away at my belief. So two reasons usually, more one and a half, but I'll say two reasons, right? The first one to deal with the first one, technically, which is kind of when I make the mistake and I get into this wrong cycle of negativity and it pulls me away from where I want to go. To handle the first one is basically just being able to manage expectations. Um, yeah, pretty much just manage expectations to the point where I'm not over promising myself to achieve so much in the moment. Like, going in with the intention of, like let's say in this case, an agency. I'm gonna go in today. I'm gonna get leads. I'm gonna sign a client, close a deal, done, done, done. Crazy enough, I've set those expectations on myself before, and I've never closed a client. So that's like insane that I'm setting that kind of expectation for myself, and I ends up disappointing myself, obviously, because I set that kind of expectations. So obviously, number one is to manage my expectations before I even go into trying to solve the problem or achieving that thing that I you know, intend to win at. And yeah, so not over promising myself in the moment, but to simply just keep myself in the flow of being able to take the next step or the first step forward and making it feel like a win. So what I mean by that is pretty much changing the definition of what I consider to be a victory, a success, a win in the moment by being able to shift my mindset from being able to differentiate between winning by taking my first step forward to getting what I want and winning by actually getting the exact result or win that I'm looking for. And what I mean by that is being able to define my short-term wins and my long-term wins distinctively. So rather than categorizing a win in the moment as achieving that exact result that I was looking for originally, I'm shifting it to be so that a win for me in the moment is literally just me being able to take the first step and seeing where I'm at and seeing, obviously where how far I am away from actually achieving what I want to achieve. And just by taking that first step in the moment and taking one step closer towards actually achieving what I want to achieve and getting that win, I'm winning in the moment. And then obviously the second thing is the actual final win, right? The final long run, long term win, which is getting that exact result you're looking for in that exact thing that you envisioned in your head that you wanted to achieve when you first got into it. And then pretty much just being able to separate the two and distinct between the two so that you can build a momentum of wins in the moment, and then grow your way up to kind of getting the final win, which is the actual achievement that you were looking for originally. And when you can kind of structure your way of thinking, or the way you think of a win as, everything starts to become a lot clearer. You're able to build momentum a lot easily, and you're able to get a lot more done in the long run rather than just pressuring yourself to win, 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 win. Every time you're trying something for the first time or the second or the third, it's literally just like we go in, take that first step forward, we win in the moment, we get as close as we can, and we keep winning in the moment, in the moment, in the moment until we finally get that final dub, and then we, boom, get the full win. And another way, I guess you could just put that as the growth mindset. I think I've read a couple chapters of a few books on this idea of the growth mindset. So rather than seeing mistakes that you make when you first start something as failures, you just see it as progress bars and you taking a step forward and getting closer to whatever you want to achieve and stuff like that. And pretty much, yeah, that's my way of solving the first issue of of letting that negativity and all that get in my way of actually trying to solve the problem. And then the second thing Um, in order, so the second reason as to why I kind of what destroys my progress is I need some form of emotional management tool. Um, so rather than trying to, because the reason I notice, okay, the reason why I get stuck in something and I can't get through, and I kind of start losing belief in not being able to achieve the thing I want to achieve, is because um I start trying to solve the problem through responding based on the current emotion, which is either frustration, it's either confusion, it's either um disbelief. It's just really a lot of negative stuff, which kind of pulls me away. And using those emotions to kind of respond back usually tends to create unproductive methods of trying to solve the problem, such as, forcing your way through with the exact same way of thinking, exact same strategy as when you first went into it, and you're, which is obviously isn't logical, right? So it's about having some form of emotional management tool to kind of know what state you're in and how you can kind of reorganize yourself to into a better state to actually go in to try and solve the problem. So literally just something as simple as being able to take, I've actually created a checklist. So the checklist is literally number one, take 3 deep breaths. So 4 seconds in, hold, and then doing 3 more of those. And then after that, I kind of label what emotion I'm going through right now. And then from there, I think about what I would tell myself. I think about if I was like a mentor to someone else and that guy was asking me for advice, what would I tell them in order to handle this kind of situation? Or how would I tell them to respond? And then through that kind of questioning, you tend to get an answer as to how you can respond, how you should respond to give yourself like the best possible outcome. And then that checklist of actually being able to manage um, the overwhelmingly emotional moments will kind of uh, help me manage things better in the long run. And I think there's a few exercises which I want to implement on a daily now as well, which is pretty much just being able to reflect, know what my intentions are for the day, um, to just be able to reflect in the middle of the day to see where I'm at, and then obviously at the end of the day, reflecting on how I went throughout the day, and how I responded, what are the goods, what are the bads, and what I could have done better, and then literally just repeating that tomorrow again, and just going through that checklist and through those exercises to kind of strengthen my ability to manage and control my reactions and my emotions in pretty much every given moment of the day. I can't expect myself to be able to, I guess, respond in the best way possible every single time I'm caught up in the moment of being too emotional. But if I could do it 80% of the time instead of 0% of the time, it'd be a whole lot better. Or 20% of the time instead of 0% of the time, it'll be a whole lot better. So there's that. Um, and really, that's the kind of realization I've had today. Um, yeah, a little bit unproductive in terms of the business, but personally, um, I'm able to clear my head a lot more. And yeah, this will definitely make progress in, I guess, the bottlenecks in my current life and how I can manage myself as an individual a lot better so that I can do the things I want to do and work on achieving the things that I want to achieve. Um, yeah, just taking things one at a time, and not trying to do 10 different new things at once, if you know what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that will be all for this one. Yeah.